dreams feels like magic. Don't believe I can have. Hey there, so I have to manually go over and replace all these blocks manually. Well, that is with the fill command. The command is a little bit different in Minecraft Bedrock. I will be doing a separate video on how to do this in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. You must be operator on your world. How you do this in Minecraft Java is you want to put your cursor down at the ground at one corner of the building. Then you want to press the T button. Then you want to type in slash FILL or slash fill. Then you want to go and press tab 3 times to get 3 numbers up like this and press enter. Then you want to go over to the other side of the building, which is right here. Or I should say the opposite corner of the building, not the opposite side. The square.
Alright guys, I come to you today with something pretty honestly shocking and disturbing. All on the dance floor, man. Whoa, sorry, I almost fell backwards. It's just... He actually is getting a little bit too into this. This guy's locking eyes with me like we've been madly in love for years. And why did his voice suddenly get so much more theatrical?
I better go find my mom and wish her Happy New Year.
This is so romantic. I should say something romantic. I gotta go find my mom. And then she vanishes. And he never sees her again. That's right, you thought the movie was gonna be about Troy and Gabriella? No, the rest of this movie is about Troy and Viking. Flash forward, Troy returns to his high school at East High, where he is seemingly a god amongst men. And then, actually, I don't remember this scene. Yeah, I don't know what happens here at all. Looks like the teacher is about to maybe give some kind of speech about today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon Company International. And they've sponsored this video because they want me to share some very exciting news with you. A Pokemon Day celebration is taking place in Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket right now. There's a new themed booster pack, Triumphant Light. And players can receive 3 booster packs for free just by logging in. And these booster packs, mind you, are guaranteed to contain at least 1 card of 4 diamond rarity or higher. By completing special missions, you can also obtain a unique display board, as well as space-time. Click the link in the description to join now. Log in, have some fun, and enjoy the Pokemon Day celebration. And now back to Troy. But unbeknownst to him, there's a new student at East High.
I reviewed your impressive transcripts. I expect your light will shine very brightly here at East High.
I don't want to be the school's freaky genius girl again.
Freaky genius girl. What did you do at your last school? Troy notices that Gabriella is sitting in the back of their drama class. And not to be nitpicky, but this drama class scene lasts for 2 minutes. But the class happens in real time from start to finish in that 2 minutes. The bell rings. They sit down. The whole class gets detention. And then the bell rings again and they leave. How long is a school day at East High? In like 15 minutes, Troy shows Gabriella around, they catch up a little bit, and it is revealed that East High is having auditions for their winter musical pretty soon. Troy jokes that Gabriella should sign up because, you know, they sang together, and Gabriella's response is basically, fuck no.
I'll be signing up for anything for a while.
Yeah, I don't know why. I remember this movie differently. I thought they both wanted to do the musical. Troy seems to maybe want to do it, and Gabriella's like, no, I'm not gonna. No, I don't say. I'm not a freaky genius girl, and I'm definitely not a freaky singer.
So, dude, you know that school musical thing? Sure. The music in those shows isn't hip-hop. They play rock. It's like show music.
Yeah, and you guys would never do anything like sing show music, right? And then cut to them singing the hardest show music in this entire movie. That's the funny thing about this movie. Since it's a movie about a musical, there are several characters in this movie that are opposed to musicals. So it is a little jarring to see those characters seemingly completely unaware that they are literally singing and dancing right now. But on the other hand, I guess it would also be weird if they didn't sing when everyone else was. At the end, when they're all singing, we're all in this together, Corbin Blue's just standing around like... explain. There's two parts in the song, though, where Troy, like, stops rapping to sing from the heart about how he wants to do the musical. She makes us feel so right. Should I go for it? What do you mean he makes this feel so right? And should I go for it? Gabriella doesn't want to do the musical. It was your idea, and she said no. Don't drag her into this. This girl's making me crazy. No, you're crazy. You already were, and then you met a girl. That's what happened. Also, Zac Efron is 5'8", and presumably so is everybody else on this basketball team because they're all like the same height. So how good exactly are they at basketball? Okay, now you got Sharpay, who's played by Ashley Tisdale. She's like the head of the theater department at school. She's the theater kid. And her brother Ryan is the theater kid in boy form. They are getting a little bit worried that Troy and Gabriella might audition for the musical. Again, Gabriella has shown zero interest in doing the music. So they decide to do a little bit of research on Gabriella. So they search her name on the internet and they find out she's this freaky genius girl that she said she was. She's won all of these awards. She's won scholastic competitions and the like. But also, what is the third result there? Gabriella, San Diego Zoo's newest... What? What is Gabriella stick competitions and the like? But also, what is the third result there? Gabriella, San Diego Zoo's newest... What? What is Gabriella at the San Diego Zoo? Ryan's like, oh, that's interesting. Look, it says here she's a dolphin. That's funny. Now that I think about it, I can't believe I never noticed. After basketball practice, it's time for Troy to go home. Just kidding. It's time for more basketball. Troy, fake left. Get the ball down.
Trying something new, but we're afraid of what your friends might think.
You're like, what left? You're doing fine. Come on.
Troy's dad has one thing in his mind, and it is one basketball just bouncing around like the DVD logo. I want to see a movie about him and how hard his life must be. I do like that this movie keeps the tradition alive of Disney Channel movie characters being inexplicably rich. His dad is a high school basketball coach, and they live in a mansion. What does the mom do? She an arms dealer? Also, he says something new, like going left.
You're like, what left?
When in Get Your Head in the Game, Troy clearly says, Coach said to fake right and break left. He already said to do that. That's not new. That's what he already does. So... found a plot hole. Next, Troy sneaks away from his friends to go audition for the musical. I guess the voices in his head that he thinks are Gabriella got too strong, and he now has to act on it. He's gone! Wow! Where'd he go? Pay no attention to the fact that as he turns the corner, he probably fully saw Troy like... Meanwhile, Troy's dad is just standing there like, huh, that's weird. I could have sworn I saw this. Now, when we see the auditions, it becomes immediately clear that while Ryan and Sharpay are basically made out to be the villains of this movie because they're so overprotective of their theater department, they are completely in the right to do so. Not because their audition is really good, which it actually is, but because everyone else's is so bad.
It's hard to believe
And I couldn't see. It seems that no one else in this entire school can even sing. It seems like they actually don't even have a concept of what music is. So, like, yeah, I would actually be hoping I got the lead too. It is funny how they all act like they can't sing, and then anytime there's like an actual musical number as part of the movie, every member of the student body sings their heart out like the Rentas do. What's going on there? So Troy shows up to audition, and then Gabriella shows up too. I guess, turns out she actually did want to audition. I don't know, Troy. Threatened her or what? She shows up. But they are too late to the actual audition, so they don't get to audition in time, but they stick around afterwards and just sing an audition anyway. And Miss Darvis, the director, hears them and decides, you know what, you guys get a call back. Understandably so, she's working with a very small talent pool. Here comes two people who know what a song is. She's got to hold on.
I just don't think you should ever work for basketball. So
Now this is interesting. Troy is looking at his sheet music like he's never seen it before in his life, despite having just sung the song perfectly after only glancing at the sheet music briefly. He also says, what?
so what?
To almost imply he has no clue how the sheet music got into his hands or how he got a callback. Does he not know that he just sang? Anytime there's a musical number in this movie, do they just black out and come to like, I don't know what happened? We definitely didn't sing though, I don't know how. If you're my age, it might have felt like this movie was written just for you when it came out. And in a sense, it kind of was. The writer, Peter Barsacchini, who was mostly known for writing rated R action movies at the time, started writing the script because he wanted to make a movie he could watch with his daughter, Gabriella. I thought it would be fun to write Disney Channel movie
that my daughter could watch.
Yes, he did name the main character after her, and that kind of melts my heart. She was 10 in 2004 when he started writing it, and so was I. The story was actually inspired by his own high school experience, when one of his basketball teammates confided in him about his love for ballet. Decades later, Peter thought, wow, that's actually the perfect plot for a kids movie. Boys are more than just jocks. They can do other stuff. They can do ballet. No, actually, that's too far. They could do the musical, but only if it's because they want to sing with a girl. Anyway, it's time for another song about how basketball players shouldn't sing, sung by, you guessed it, the basketball players. Status Quo is actually such a fantastic song. It features several students who decide that, hey, since Troy and Gabriella are breaking out of their stereotypical roles in this school, so can I. Zeke, the basketball player, decides to let everyone know, hey, not only do I play basketball, I also bake.
I bake.
This nerdy girl loves hip-hop, this stoner skater guy likes to play the cello, and everyone in the school fucking hates it. We're skaters, bro. We don't play the cello. We only skate and smoke weed. And of course, we sing. Now, of course, this movie is very self-aware about this contradiction, and I love it for that. But it does not make sense. At the beginning of this song, Zeke says, I want to make a creme brulee someday. And then at the end of the song, he actually has a creme brulee. So he presumably baked this creme brulee at some point during the song. It cuts to him sprinting down the hallway to the kitchen. You can hear everyone else singing, echoing in the background. He's like, they don't believe me. They don't believe I can bake. I gotta show them. So Gabriella shows up, and everyone is, of course, staring at her because they were all just singing about her. They're staring at her, they're pissed, and they kill her. They kill Gabriella.
At my other schools, I was the freaky math girl.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Gabriella, but you are a freak here, too. Everyone at this school thinks you're a freak now also. The entire student body, I don't know if you heard, they actually just sang an entire song about it. Now you're the freaky singing girl.
So you really want to do the callback?
Just call me freaky callback boy.
You call guys, right?
Thanks. I said call me freaky callback boy.
Sorry, this is a close practice. Dad, come on, practice is over. Until the last player leaves the gym.
I'll see you later, Troy. Nice meeting you, Coach Bolton.
There's a lot of tension here. Like, Mr. Bolton actually hates Gabriella. He hates this 15-year-old girl with all his might. Like, you will never be a basketball. Get out of my son's life. We know the truth. Go back to the zoo, you dolphin.
She's not a problem. She's just a girl.
But you're not just a guy, Troy. You're not just a guy, Troy. You're freaky callback boy.
Call me freaky callback boy.
You're a playmaker, not a singer.
Did you ever think maybe I could be both?
The look on his face is like, damn, I really never did think of that. Because this whole singing thing is getting in the way of Troy's basketball responsibilities, his team decides to get together with Gabriella's friends to try to break the two apart. The plan consists of getting Troy to badmouth Gabriella by listing the names of basketball players who went to their high school 20 years ago.
Spider, Bill, Latrine. Class of 72. Sammy Slamma Jam.
And you want to know the crazy thing? It works.
I've always been for the team. She's just someone I met. Alright, the singing thing is nothing.
We're supposed to believe he doesn't see them set up a webcam right in front of his face to record him shit-talking his girlfriend? They might as well be filming on like a giant hand-cranked film camera. The kind where you gotta put a blanket over your head to even see the image. Troy 100% sees the camera and does not care who sees what he's saying.
The thunderclap. Gabriella is not important.
After this happens, Gabriella doesn't want to talk to Troy anymore, and this really hits Troy hard, as you can see here. The pain is manifesting itself in Troy physically here, as he can't even shoot a basket without experiencing immense physical trauma. Aren't basketball players supposed to be good under pressure? Especially the captain of the team. It seems like this whole movie we've seen nothing short of the psychological unraveling of Troy, because he sang with a girl one time.
Hey, we just had another team meeting.
We just wanted to say, we forgot about J.J. Buckets Jenkins, class of 1984. Did that change your mind? So later, Troy sneaks up onto Gabriella's balcony. Again, huge house, no explanation, to try to win her back.
This could be the start of something. It feels so right to be here with you.
Yeah, I don't remember this part being so pitchy, but this actually is Zac Efron's voice.
Here with you.
Yeah, this is very uncomfortable. Can we get Drew Seeley in here, please?
Star of sun. Pairs audition.
Saying it's a pairs audition kind of implies, like, I would audition without you if I could. I guess Troy meant what he said earlier to the webcam. He really does not care about Gabriella. He wants to be in the musical.
Gabriella is not
You might make the mistake like I did when I watched this as a kid of thinking this is kind of like a Romeo and Juliet story about Troy and Gabriella. And it is a Romeo and Juliet story, but Gabriella is not Juliet. Juliet is just the musical.
How you feeling?
nervous.
Me too. Wish I could sit up and play alongside you.
Yeah, no shit.
I want to have fun. I know all about the pressure. Probably too much of it's come from me.
I can't help but feel like all that screaming at you and making you play basketball until your hands bleed has had some kind of negative effect on you. But all I want in life is for you to be happy. While playing basketball, I am still demanding.
Thanks, Coach.
Let's stick with coaching as you win, right? Sharpay and Ryan try to throw another wrench into Troy and Gabriella's plans of attending the callbacks for the musical by getting the callbacks changed to the exact same time as not only Troy's championship basketball game, but also Gabriella's decathlon tournament. So the gang has to create a diversion. That way they can make all three events. So Gabriella and her genius friends first hack the school's power grid to turn off the lights at the basketball game. Then they create a chemical reaction at the decathlon so everyone has to evacuate. And you know what? I get why everyone called her a freaking genius girl at her last school. I think she deserved it. It's like, oh, we can use a chemical reaction. I did this at my last school. We just have to make sure we don't make it as strong this time. That way, not as many people die. Not as many. So Troy and Gabriella get to do their callback, Breaking Free, classic song, and look, the whole school shows up. Even the opposing basketball team is there. They crush the audition, Troy heads back to the basketball game, and they win that too, and then they all sing the big closing number of the movie, We're All in This Together. I guess they all learned a valuable lesson, except, hang on, Sharpay, you did not learn a lesson. Get out of this song. Don't sing and dance with them like you learned a valuable lesson. Get out. If Gabriella dropped dead right now, you would dance on her grave. And that's High School Musical 1. Many people lovingly remember Little Viking Boy from the first High School Musical movie. And while he rocketed to stardom in the wake of the first movie, his troubled life and fall from grace has been the subject of many concerned Twitter threads in the 19 years since. Do you know why I pulled you over today, sir? Huh? I said, do you know why I pulled you over? You're all over the road. All right, you want to play tough, asshole? That's fine. Huh? All right, step out of the vehicle. Take off that helmet. No, I can't take this off. It's a birth defect. It's part of my body. Are you drunk? I don't know. Huh? Let's think about that. Does crack get you drunk? Let's think about that for a second. Let's all think. Does crack get you drunk? After 15 DUIs and 3 counts of kidnapping exotic animals, Little Viking Boy was sentenced to life in prison. Authorities claim that it's here he became head of an extremist religious cult. His followers helped him escape in 2023, and his current whereabouts are unknown. Although he does occasionally post to Instagram to frantically proclaim the end is near, or post a brand deal. Every morning I wake up and I drink 6 bangs. High School Musical premiered to 7.7 million viewers, a record that has only been broken a handful of times in the nearly 20 years since. But one of my favorite things to come out of the success of this movie, which I totally forgot about until I was making this video, was the live concert. I forgot about this until I went to the library to check out the DVDs for the 3 movies, and they happened to have a DVD of the recording of High School Musical in concert. This feels pretty unusual even to this day for a Disney Channel movie to put together a live touring concert featuring the actual cast of the movie, selling out arenas with audiences in the tens of thousands around the world. But it wasn't the whole cast, actually. Zac Efron couldn't be there because he had a commitment. He was filming Hairspray at the time. So who did they get to fill in for him? It's Drew Seeley! Drew Seeley! I'm sure they advertised the fact that Zac wasn't going to be there and Drew would be in his place, but I have to imagine every concert, there were like 1 or 2 kids that were like, what the fuck? Zac looks different in person. With all the success of the first movie, they had to crank out a sequel fast, which they did, releasing High School Musical 2 in August of 2007. And you might think it would be impossible for them to catch lightning in a bottle twice, but oh baby did they. What time is it? Sequel time. High School Musical 2 is often regarded as the best High School Musical movie. Out of any High School Musical movie, this one has the most moments that have lived on in the cultural zeitgeist even today. The movie starts just as the school year is ending. The musical is long over, so if you were expecting to see the musical that they were just auditioning for in the first movie, get that out of your head right now. You're never gonna see that musical.
To refresh and illuminate your fertile young mind.
One of the first things I noticed is that despite only a few months having passed from the events of the first movie, Troy looks drastically different. His hair is much darker, he has a different haircut so you can see his ears now. But most strikingly of all, his eyes have somehow become more blue. His eyes were already pretty blue in the first movie, but they're piercing in this film. It is scary. Get some contacts, you freak. The clock strikes 2:15 and the first banger of this movie commences. The class immediately erupts in celebration. They throw their papers in the air, start dancing around, and did Chad just kiss his teacher on the neck? Yeah, he just kissed Miss Darbus on the neck. That's too far. Luckily, it doesn't look like she cared. She's just vibing. Good to be chilling out. We finally get to hear Zac Efron actually singing this song, and I hate to admit it, but he sounds pretty good. I'm sorry, Drew. Your services are no longer needed. He does end the song in a very strange manner, though. The song ends, there's silence, and then Troy breaks away from the group to slide on the floor and say, "Yeah!" Why does he do that? Now, the trouble in this movie begins because Troy wants to make some extra cash this summer. His parents are making him pay for college, despite them clearly being very wealthy, taking vacations at ski resorts and living in a literal mansion.
But I gotta get hired first. Me too. I'm saving up for a car. So I can take that little time to go to proper date.
You can't see it, but he's actually not talking about that girl in his grade. Miss Darbus is just standing right outside frame.
Kiss and try.
Oh my. Yeah. Why does he look so confused there? It's like it never occurred to him that T could be for Troy. He's like, oh, I actually thought it was a cross. But yeah, T for Troy. That's my name. Now that the school year's over and basketball season isn't starting back up again for months, it's time for, you guessed it, basketball practice. Think right, Troy. Think.
Kiss her.
Left, take the ball uptown for a fancy dinner.
Hey, what? See, hoops I didn't see last season.
This post-workout scene has a lot of gems, like Mr. Bolton's insanely long shorts. Dude is criminally insecure about his knees. Also, Troy about to drink from an entire gallon of milk from the fridge. And then he gets a phone call revealing that his ringtone is "Get Your Head in the Game." Is that a real song in this universe? So in the first movie, it seemed like Sharpay might have had a little crush on Troy, but in this movie, she's got a big crush on Troy. She's like, he's the most popular guy in school, and I think I'm the most popular girl in school. It's a match made in heaven. So she pulls some strings at her family's country club to get Troy a summer job there. The only catch is Troy requests to get like the entire school hired, and somehow that works. So Troy shows up with his entire basketball team. You got Chad there. Also, the nerdy girl who loves to hip hop dance got a job there. You got Vanessa Hudgens, stunt double, working there.
It's senior lunch break does not start for 3.5 minutes.
In order to keep the conflict of this movie moving along, they have to make it seem like their job is really demanding, but they also have to toe the line of not making it seem like these kids are being abused in some way, because they are just kids. So some of the insane demands that their job is asking of them is just like, hey, can you show up to work on time and make sure you clock out at the end of your shift? And the entire student body of East High is like, we're in prison! They're not gonna pay us until we provide a service? What kind of dystopian universe is this? Mr. Bolton is 100% correct to be strict, by the way. Several times throughout this movie, he catches them doing things they're very clearly not supposed to be doing, like having a picnic on the golf course during the day. while people are playing golf or swimming in the pool after hours when there's no lifeguard present. And every time he's like, hey guys, could you not do this anymore? And Troy's just like, man, what the fuck is this guy's problem?
Suddenly, I'm getting to his protection with his darkness.
Yeah, I bet you are, you freak. You guys, you've been working for 30 minutes. This is a job. This is just what jobs are.
Well, you mentioned it. The boss is like a creep.
Okay, wait. Hold on. What did he do to you? Maybe I spoke too soon. He's actually a creep. I take back everything I said. So Sharpay didn't just have Troy hired. She has a whole plan to lure Troy in, starting with getting her dad to pull some strings at the University of Albuquerque's basketball team to give Troy a chance at a scholarship.
So, Troy, I saw your championship game. Amazing. Wow. That last second shot at the buzzer. Outstanding.
If I was a basketball recruiter and I saw that championship game, I would be more concerned about the lights going out and then everybody leaving at the same time to watch the star basketball player audition for a musical and then come back and win the game like nothing happened. And then also how they all sang a song after that. That's what I would be concerned about. But yeah, I'm sure he played well too.
Between the two of us here, we pull a little weight over at the school.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I'm not really sure what prompts that reaction. They're like, we could do a lot of great things for your future. We really want to help you, Troy. And he's like, I don't know. I'm getting the fuck out of here, guys. See ya. If that were Mr. Bolton there instead of Troy right now, he'd be barking like a dog.
He's got to play a few holes and then invited me to dinner with some UT alumni.
Really? Oh, wait, Troy's dad is fixing up a car. Look, he has other hobbies. Good for him. Granted, he is propping up the hood of the car with a basketball, and there's more basketball and hoops in the background. I do kind of feel like if we could see what he's working on, there would just be 5 basketballs where the engine is supposed to be, but it's a step in the right direction. Troy's dad, surprisingly, is all for Troy going for the basketball scholarship.
Nothing wrong with keeping your eye on the grounders.
And that's great. I totally agree with that. Troy should capitalize on these opportunities he's been given, but he should try to make his girlfriend and his friends a priority too. However, that is not what Troy does.
It's all in the grip. You gotta hold it just right. Ooh, that looks great. Hey, I almost forgot. I heard a whistle in the river. So go ahead and check it out, man.
Hey, I almost forgot. Get back in the kitchen, you broke motherfucker, and get your money on.
Look at you. Go team.
Yeah, it's a gift from the guys.
Typical high school jock, always doing cool spin dance moves.
Gift from the guys.
I love sports.
It's a gift from the guys.
Look how much taller the actual basketball players are than Troy. I hate to say it, man, but he's going to get crushed in college. He doesn't stand a chance. And not to mention, they definitely don't take singing breaks in the middle of practice. Next, we get the absolute classic I Don't Dance, featuring, you guessed it, a lot of dancing. This song is great, but tell me why at the end of the song, Ryan and Chad are wearing each other's clothes. Because they don't ever address that. It's such a confusing part of the movie. Why did they change clothes? When did they get naked? So I was confused about this, so I actually went looking, and I found an article where the 2 actors explained what happened. The outfit swap was actually suggested by director Kenny Ortega. Quote, he had the on-the-fly idea at the last minute, Blue said. We had already done 1 take of that scene, and he did the usual thinking gesture and said, switch outfits. Bro was cooking. Bro was, I don't know what he was cooking, but bro was cooking something.
We missed out on fun night.
But the dessert afterwards had to be the best part. Her mom makes the best brownies in the entire world. I've had them.
I've had those fucking brownies. I think that was the thing that pissed him off. He was like, look, I can catch you romantically dancing with my girlfriend at sunset until the cows come home, but you touch her mom's fucking brownies? Dang, we're fighting. And let's just say by the end of the fight, I'm gonna be wearing your clothes.
We're not your friends. Missing dates, if that's you, it's good to know.
Missing dates? Blowing off friends? This is nothing like the Troy I met